Hi, I'm Tamara. This is part 2 of our VoiceOver tutorial series where we will be discussing file management using a screen reader. Today we will be exploring the desktop and file navigation, creating and organizing folders, moving and deleting files, and reviewing a summary of all of the commands in this video. There are timestamps for all of these topics located in the description. If you need a review of basic VoiceOver commands, part 1 for this tutorial is also listed in the description. Let's get into it. While there are many options for file management and storage, I personally find the desktop is the most efficient place to store all files and folders. Once VoiceOver is on, we navigate to the desktop by using VO, Shift, and D. Remember, your VO keys are Control and Option pressed together.
Desktop group.
And now that we are on our desktop, we use our VO keys, so Control and Option, and our up, down, left, and right arrows to navigate through our files and folders. Here, I'm just going to use my VO keys and the down arrow.
Test 1 folder. Test 2 folder.
To do a virtual click or open a folder, we use VO and space. We're going to open test folder 2.
Now in test 2 window, icon view collection.
To close the folder we just opened, we can press Command and W.
Close test 2 folder.
To create a folder, if you are in an icon view or on the desktop, all you have to do is press Shift, Command, and N.
Untitled folder. You are currently on a text field. To enter text in this field, type.
You can immediately start typing to enter the name of your folder. In this case, I'm going to name it Test 3.
Selection replace test 3.
Once I've finished typing, I'm going to hit Enter to confirm my title selection.
Desktop test 3 folder. Test 3 folder.
To change the name of a file or folder that already exists, navigate to where that item is saved, either in the icon view of a folder or on your desktop.
Test 1 folder. Test 2 folder. Test 3 folder.
Here, we're going to rename our Test 3 folder. All we have to do is hit the Enter key or Return key.
Test 3. Contents selected. Edit text.
And then type our new folder name. In this case, we're going to rename Test 3 to Test 4.
Selection replaced. Test 4.
Once we're done typing, we're going to hit Enter again to confirm our name selection.
Desktop test 4 folder. Test 4 folder.
Like we mentioned, to open a folder, we use VO space.
Now in test 4 window.
To give a quick orientation to the folder view, there are 4 elements found in every folder window. Across the top, you'll find the toolbar, which has various organization and search settings, the sidebar, which runs down the left-hand side of the window and has commonly accessed items, like your removable drives and your documents and downloads folders, the vertical splitter, which separates the sidebar from the main area of the window, which is your icon view or folder view, sometimes also called a scroll area. This is where you find your files. To interact with any of the elements, like our icon view, our sidebar, or our toolbar, we use VO, Shift, and down arrow. Let's start with our toolbar.
Sidebar, table, toolbar.
Now that I'm on my toolbar, I'm going to press VO, Shift, down arrow.
Forward, dimmed menu button.
Here we have the forward and back buttons, which allow you to move backwards and forwards through your nested folder items.
/forward, as icons, pop-up button.
You have different ways to view your files, like icons or list.
View, group, menu button, group.
Different ways to group your files, which includes date and time, name, type of file, etc.
Share, dimmed button.
You can share specific files.
Edit tags, dimmed button.
You can give your files tags.
Action, menu button, group.
You can create actions for specific folder elements.
More toolbar items, pop-up button.
There are other options, and finally,
search button.
The search button, which when pressed, allows you to search for any file located on your computer. If we want to leave this area and go to the next area, we have to stop interacting on this element by pressing VO, Shift, and up arrow.
Out of toolbar.
Next, let's explore the sidebar.
Sidebar, table, no selection.
Again, to interact, we're going to press VO, Shift, and down arrow.
In sidebar, table, no selection, favorites.
Here, you'll find your commonly accessed items, like your documents, downloads, desktop folder, movies, any external drives you have connected, and iCloud Drive.
Applications, documents.
Again, to leave this area, we're going to press VO, Shift, up arrow to stop interacting.
Out of sidebar, table.
Coming to the right,
vertical splitter. Icon view collection. You are currently on a collection. To begin interacting with the items in this list, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
We find the icon view, sometimes called a folder view, sometimes called a scroll area. This is where we find our folders and files. To access any files located within a folder, all you have to do is interact on the icon view and use your VO keys and up, down, left, or right to see the different items in the folder. To move files from one location to another, there are 2 main methods. The first involves copy and paste. We're going to do that now. First, navigate to the file that you want to copy.
Test 1 folder, Test 2 folder, Test 4 folder.
In this case, we're going to copy the Test 4 folder and put it into the Test 1 folder. I'm going to copy it by pressing Command C.
Copy, test 4.
Next, I'm going to move to the location that I want to drop my folder. I'm going to store it in Test 1.
Test 2 folder, Test 1 folder.
I'm going to open Test 1.
Now in Test 1 window, icon view collection.
I'm going to interact on the icon view.
In icon view collection, empty section.
And I'm going to press Command V to paste the file.
Paste item.
You can hear the sound effect that confirms that the file's been dropped. If we interact on this area again,
Test 4 folder.
we can see that the Test 4 folder has moved into our Test 1 folder. This method works really well to move files. However, the Test folder 4 exists in 2 locations now. It's both on our desktop and in our Test folder 1. If you don't want the file in both locations, you can go back to your desktop and delete the file. We'll talk about deleting files in a moment. Method 2 for moving files and folders involves drag and drop. This is a method that allows you to move and drag files from one location to another without the need for the mouse. We're going to move Test folder 4 again, so we're going to go to our desktop with VO, Shift, and D.
Desktop, Test 1 folder.
I'm going back to my Test folder 4, and we're going to move it into Test folder 1.
Test 2 folder, Test 4 folder.
Now that I am on my Test folder 4, it's just read the title aloud, I'm going to mark it for drag and drop using VO and comma.
Test 4 marked for drag and drop.
You should get an auditory confirmation that it's been marked. We're going to move back up to Test folder 1.
Test 2, Test 1 folder. Now in Test 1 window, icon view collection.
Now that the folder is open and we are on the icon view, we don't have to interact. All we do is press VO period to drop the item.
Actions available. You are currently on a folder. To open, press Control. Test 4 folder.
You heard a shuffling sound which confirmed that the item was being dragged, and then an audio ding to confirm that it was dropped in the location that you specified. Sometimes, drag and drop can be a little bit finicky, so it may take more than one attempt to successfully drag and drop elements from one location to another. That's why I suggest learning both the copy and paste method and the drag and drop method. Unlike with the copy and paste method, using drag and drop removes the file from the first location and takes it to the second location. So now our Test folder 4 is in our Test folder 1 and is no longer on the desktop. If you accidentally lose a file, move a file, or delete a file, immediately press Command Z to undo that action.
Undo move of Test 4.
Now, Test 4 has moved back to our desktop. When you press Command Z, you will hear the file ding to confirm it's moved back to its original location. To move an item to trash, there are several different methods. First, we're going to move to the file or folder we want to delete, in this case, Test folder 4.
Test 2 folder. No action available. Image, Test 4 folder.
And we can use the keyboard shortcut, Command, and delete.
Move to trash.
There's a different sound effect to confirm that that item was moved to trash. I tend to prefer the second option to move an item to trash, and that is using the context menu. We use VO, Shift, and M to open the context menu. Remember, pressing VOM
Menu bar, Apple.
will take you to the menu bar, so don't forget to use Shift when opening the context menu. VO, Shift, and M.
Menu, 19 items.
Once we've opened the context menu, we're going to move down until we hear Move to Trash. It's usually 2 or 3 elements from the top.
Open. Move to trash.
Once you're on Move to Trash, we can confirm the action with VO space. Although using the context menu is a couple of extra steps, I find it to be more reliable in that it puts a barrier between you and deleting files that you may not want to delete. To empty the trash, we also have several options. The first involves a keyboard shortcut. Shift, Command, and Delete will empty the trash.
Cancel button. Are you sure you want to permanently erase the items in the trash? You can't undo this action.
It always brings up a confirmation to confirm that this is the action that you wanted to take and defaults to placing you on the cancel button. If you accidentally hit this, you can press VO space to cancel, or if you did want to empty the trash, we can VO to the right,
Empty trash, default button.
or press enter to confirm that we want to delete the trash. The second option involves going to the dock with VO and D,
Dock, trash, 38 of 38.
navigating to the end of our dock items, in this case trash, opening the context menu with VO, Shift, and M,
Menu, 2 items. You are currently on a menu.
and going down until we hear empty trash.
Open, empty trash. You are currently on a menu item. To choose this menu item, press Control, Option, Space. To close this menu, press Escape.
If we want to empty, we can confirm with VO space, or finally, we can navigate to our dock with VOD,
Dock, trash, 38 of 38.
and when we are on the trash item, we can open it with VO space.
Trash, Finder, Trash, Window, Icon View, Collection.
The trash window is identical to every other folder and finder window. However, it has one additional button. If you navigate one to the left of your icon view, you will encounter the empty trash button.
Empty button. You are currently on the button.
If we select that,
Cancel button. Are you sure you want to permanently erase the items in the trash? You can't undo this action.
Once the dialog pops up, we can either hit Enter to confirm or VO to the right
Empty trash. Default button.
and press VO space to confirm. You'll hear a sound effect that sounds like crumpling paper to confirm that the trash is emptied. Here's a quick summary of the commands reviewed in this video. First, VO keys are Control and Option. You can move to the desktop with VO, Shift, and D. You can move to the dock with VO and D. You can select or open a file, folder, or application using VO space. You can open the context menu with VO, Shift, M. You can open the menu bar with VO and M. When on the desktop or in an icon view area, you can create a new folder with Shift Command N. You can interact on an area or item with VO Shift down arrow. You can stop interacting with elements or groups with VO Shift up arrow. You can copy with Command C. You can paste with Command V. You can undo with Command Z. You can mark items for drag and drop with VO comma. You can drop the items with VO period. And you can move an item to trash with Command Delete, and you can empty your trash with Shift Command Delete. Thank you for watching. This concludes part 2 of our VoiceOver tutorial series, exploring file management. In the next part of this series, we will be looking at basic word processing with text edit and pages. Please leave any questions you have in the comments down below, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. See you in the next one. Bye for now.